Before we start the reading, just a quick heads up. I offer personal tarot readings on my website, including same day and next day delivery options. If you're interested, check out the link in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. Okay, excuse me. Courtney Love. Look, I'm starting to cough as I'm thinking about her ass. I had a former coworker, who was obsessed with Courtney Love. For me, I mean, listen, guys, I read on a lot of people. I meet all kinds of people, and I'm a very open person. So for me, she doesn't bother me. Okay. She doesn't bother me. I don't feel any if, way, or whatever. I find people interesting. There are only a few people who bother me, and they're usually just normal folks who are like fucking rude on purpose. Oh my gosh. Lord Jesus, I may not like her now though, because she's making me cough. Let's get Courtney Love. All right. So Courtney Love, let's look into her personality really quickly. Courtney, oh no, let me get a better picture of her. Courtney Love. Well, you can see her eyes. Courtney Love. Kurt got something to say. Courtney Love. Let's get into her personality. I know some people wanted me to look at Cobain's shadow side, but to be honest, with the drugs and his music and everything, he just feels like a very upfront and honest person. He's saying listen to his music if you want all that information, but also, like I said at the very beginning of the reading, he feels like he's angelic. He's on the way to being angelic. That's not to say that he didn't do anything wrong in his life, that he's a saint or anything, but it just feels like that kind of talk is above him, you know? It's above him. It's very strange. I don't even feel comfortable asking him if he's bisexual, because it just feels like kind of wrong to ask his energy that, you know? It's really strange. Courtney, on the other hand, since she's still living, we can ask some of these questions. And I always want to make sure that I respect these people, whether they're living or deceased, because they're giving me this information for free. And they're not going to trust me if I start acting like freaking Rita Skeeter on them, right? So Courtney's energy. Courtney Love's energy. Beautiful picture of her I'm looking at. Courtney Love's energy. Oh, here he is. Here he is. You know, for now, he has compliments about her for now. I really feel like, okay. He has a lot to say about her. For now, he's giving compliments. Oh, they're saying that Lane, he's exited. He's like, you know, he exited. What is Courtney's energy? She still loves him. She still loves him. I'm asking her about her energy. She's just talking about Kurt. She still loves him. Look at this. Like, even if there's like other men in her life that she has these little hookups with or whatever, they're on and off. Like, for her, they're just whatever. She still loves him. She feels like he was her soulmate. This is him. This is him. And she recognized that he was a beautiful human being. She did recognize it. Through all her faults, she recognized it. And she's just like, she's wondering if he's watching over her. Is he waiting for her? She loves him. And look at this. The love is still there. And I'm getting like love everlasting from her. She loves him. I mean, say what you want. It does feel like it was there. Okay, so Courtney, can you tell me about your energy? Is she still on drugs? Or like, you know, alcoholism or something like that? Because I feel like she's not totally sober right now. She ain't totally sober. There's, it feels like whatever drugs or whatever that she's on, this feels like it could be maybe pain pills. It could be pain pills. This doesn't excuse me, this doesn't feel like illicit drugs like heroin or meth or anything. This feels more like prescribed medication, and it feels like it's for pain, but she's become kind of addicted to it. And the other thing that they're saying is that, you know, sometimes she tries to hold back. She tries to hold back, but then she has, she's a Cancer. Yeah, she's a Cancer. She tries to hold back, but for her, she feels like if I feel like people aren't telling the truth or they're not being real, they're not being honest, I'm going to say whatever I have to say. We know that she's a Spitfire. And, you know, it feels like anything she says in her mind, it's the truth. That's how she feels. I was about to ask where my cat is. He walked in just now. Okay. So that's her. That's how she sees herself. She sees herself as telling the truth. And she sees herself as being the truth teller in a crowd when people are holding back what they really feel. So in her mind, I mean, it's kind of like Kanye West, Azealia Banks, where they're just like, I'm just saying what you guys are thinking. That's how she sees it. I'm saying what everyone's thinking. Do you want to tell me anything else about Courtney's personality before we move on to the relationship? Oh, here she is. Deeply insecure lady. She's having money issues too. Bad. Yeah, so this is her energy here. He was chilling on his story yesterday. Yeah, he most certainly was. This is her energy. Again, she's telling me I speak the truth. And she's just like, if you're offended by it, oh the fuck well. Like that's just how she's coming across. Like she feels like if your feelings are hurt, it's because you can't handle the truth. That's how she sees it, right? I feel like there's going to be some kind of personal tragedy, another personal tragedy heading her way sometime this year. I don't know if it's going to be publicized because people don't really care about her that much anymore, but this feels like it's financial in nature. And I do think that she has some dependence on pain pills. Like it actually does feel like she's like seriously in pain, but she's developed a dependence on those pills. All right. Let's go to their relationship. Let's get off that picture of her, Courtney Love, and Kurt Cobain. And let me get a different set of cards because I'm talking about the distant past. That was what, 30 years ago? 30, 40 years ago? How long ago was that? So let's look at the relationship. Okay. So let's look at their relationship. Let's see. What was the energy around Kurt and Cobain's romantic relationship? Oh my gosh. Yeah, again, he's saying that he wore the pants in that relationship. Or she wore the pants in that relationship. How did Kurt feel about Courtney back then? Wow. What a mess. But we already know this. So the first thing I got when I asked about the energy between the both of them back then, death. First thing I got. Very first thing I got. And here, I mean, not the best energy, guys. Death, Judgment, Emperor, Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords. Really horrible energy. They weren't, so remind me, did they break up right before his death? Because that's kind of the impression that I'm getting, is that they broke up right before his death. Because on her end, she's showing me this feeling of being blocked out of his life. right before he passed, being blocked. So this is her. And I mean, it does show that she cared about him, you know, romantically. But this feels like she was blocked out of his life right before, right before he passed away. There's that. And then on his end, there's something here about finances that are, you know, like really important as well. But then he's also showing me that he felt like she was his family anyway. But they were going through a really rough patch in the relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if they literally broke up right before, like maybe even like a day or days before he died. Let's just say that before he died, because I know that you guys have a question about that. So the energy feels quite rough between them, even back then. It feels rough. And there's also something here. Like some of their relationship did have a PR feel to it. It does feel like there was a PR feeling to that relationship, but there was also like love there as well. And it's in work too. So it's hard to separate during what time period, because I know someone was asking me, were they happy in their relationship? Yeah, I'm sure there were times where they were happy, but so far it feels like that relationship was a hot ass mess. It was a hot mess. Kurt, can you tell me? Let's see. He's saying that it was a difficult connection to navigate. And it's not just her, it's them together. It's them together. Kurt. Yeah, he loved her. But he's saying that more importantly, they were friends. They were friends, more importantly. I mean, they were both on drugs, guys. I mean, what do you expect addicts to do? Courtney. And you also have to remember that that's the woman he chose. Jeez. Oh my gosh. This energy is so bad. It's so bad. This energy is so bad. So he's saying that, yeah, no, he loved her. But he's saying that what's more important about their relationship is that they were friends and they understood each other. The synergy is horrible. And also he's saying that she understood what he meant when he said that he felt trapped. Like it feels like a lot of people in his life, they couldn't fathom, they couldn't understand how he felt, but he's saying that she understood him without really having to explain much of anything. And then on her side, I mean, it's just, listen, I won't say that he treated her badly, because that's not exactly what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing is that this was a very difficult relationship. To be honest, the way that it's showing up to me is that it feels like he benefited more from that relationship than she did. And when I started to read on this, he started showing me energy about her and their relationship. It felt like he was saying that he took some of her confidence for himself. It feels like she had much stronger energy than he did, and he kind of siphoned some of it away from her. And the way that she's, you know, telling this to me is that like, she had her problems before she met him, but when they were together, she would feel so low and like more depressed than she usually would feel. And this was just a result of her being with him while he was struggling. And she's telling me that, you know, a lot of people feel sorry for him, but it was hard for me too. So again, it doesn't feel like he was treating her bad on purpose, but that he needed a lot of energy, guys. He needed a lot of energy. He needed a lot of attention. And she's saying that she was just, she was like depressed around him. Sometimes there are people, they can be quite nice people, but they can be so needy that they suck the energy from you. And that's what she's telling me. She feels like narcissist alert, right? but he feels like very draining, very draining. And it feels like together was just a hot ass mess, a hot mess. And again, he's being honest about his part, where he's just like, no, yeah, I required a lot. I took a lot. What do you think of Courtney today? Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. I'm asking him, what does he think of Courtney today? You know, it's not so nice. It's not so nice. So she's the Cancer. She's showing up here. He's just like, listen, this is the Devil card. Narcissist alert. Like, he understands that that's what she was. That's what she was. And you know, she required work as well. And he's also saying that, like, they were similar in that they wanted to be famous, but he's saying with her, no, she can handle mega stardom. She wanted to be a huge star, and like, that just didn't align with me. It really just didn't align. Like, she's built for that. Because, you know, she's a narcissist. Many celebrities are narcissists, or they're some level of it. She's built for that, and he's just like, I wasn't. Like, I wasn't. So he's not super charitable today when he's reflecting on her after he passed, but he's also honest about, you know, his part to play in that hot ass mess of a relationship. He loves that she's still creating. I feel like he's telling me that she's still writing things. I don't know what she's writing, but he's saying that she's still doing some creation on the side, and he really likes it. He likes whatever it is that she's doing, but he's just like, no, she was a narcissist too. It's like, don't get it twisted. I had my problems, but no, she was definitely a narcissist. What a hot ass mess of a relationship. This energy is so bad, guys. It's horrible on both their ends. Yeah, he's saying that he did his dirt as well. He did his dirt as well. And I can feel her saying that, like, you're like a black hole. You're like a black hole. You suck the life out of everything you come across. Like, I can see her saying something like that to him. It's not the nicest thing to say, but it feels like it was true in the moment. And it feels like because she understood him so well, she also understood how to push his buttons. That's a horrible relationship. Like, I usually don't pass judgment, but that's a horrific relationship, guys. It's horrific. Ugh. Do you have anything else to say about that? Do you have anything else to say about that? No, he feels sad. He feels sad. Their daughter, Frances Bean, right? He feels sad. Yeah, I'm not going to ask him too much of this. He feels sad when he's talking about it. Very sad. Okay, let's try to move on from that, because I don't like that energy either. It feels gross. Like, this feels like people who purposely try to hurt each other. Like, it feels like, you know, it was okay at first. We're two musicians, we understand each other, and then the deeper they got into their addictions, it just like spiraled out of control. It feels so bad. So were they in love? I answered that as best as I could. Were Courtney and Kurt in love with each other? Oh, here he is. Again, he's oh no. Yeah, he wasn't faithful. He was not faithful. But again, he's telling me that the most important thing about their relationship is that they were friends. It's like, he's like, remember, she was my friend. We were friends. He wasn't faithful, by the way. Wasn't faithful. She probably wasn't either, but he feels really honest. He's telling fans that she was my friend. We were friends. Okay. He's showing me some other woman here, a fire sign woman that he was kind of like, he had something else with. I don't feel like he was faithful, but you know, they're celebrities. All right. So this is like, I'm feeling quite low here. So let's move on from the romance aspect, and let's get to his death. So the question is, and especially since it is past 11 and I need to get off here. All right, let's talk about it. Kurt, I feel like he's been leading up to this. What happened to the photo that I had of him earlier? Oh, here it is. Okay. Well, the next segment is worse because it's talking about his death. Okay, so Kurt. My gosh. Oh, here he is. So I have not been following because I think someone said that there was a leak about his autopsy in like 2016. I don't read on stuff like that. Or sorry, no. I mean, not as a tarot reader, but as like a regular person, I don't like keep up with information like that. In that autopsy, did they talk about bruises on his body? Because he's pointing out to something about maybe bruises on his body or injuries on his body. He's pointing that out. There's also something strange about the house itself. So so this feels like, I wonder if someone came into the house and they took things out of it. Like things that they didn't want to be shown to the public. Like it feels like someone came to the house, or maybe multiple people came to the house and took things out of it or moved things around. Like I am feeling that. He wasn't murdered. He wasn't murdered. He killed himself, guys. He did. I mean, I feel like he's been leading up to that, to saying that no, you know, it was my time to go. He was not murdered. He did commit suicide. Okay. And I asked multiple times, and this is just, I mean, this is one of my suicide cards. And this is like just going to a better place right after. And I asked again, was he murdered? No. Did he commit suicide? Yes, he did. But it does feel like someone was in the house and they moved things around, or they took some things out of the house so that it wouldn't be privy to authorities or to the public. Something to that effect. Yeah, someone was there. And he's also showing me, so let me show you what he's showing me. Is he showing me that there were, like, maybe in the autopsy report or something like that, that there were bruises on his body or something, and he's saying that fans are looking at that as proof that he was harmed or murdered or whatever. He's like, no, don't pay attention to that. That's not what happened. He's saying that he committed suicide. That's what he did. And he's showing, like, I wonder, was he drunk or inebriated or something like that? Because it feels like he's been contemplating it for a long time. And he's been like really down in the dumps and unhappy with his life. And in a moment of either he took something, or he was drunk or whatever, or maybe he could have been taking official medication and it counteracted with whatever substance he was taking. And he just did it. He just decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it. It's suicide. It's suicide. And again, what he was saying earlier in the reading is he doesn't want fans to focus on his death, to focus on the music, because he's just like, it is what it is. If I was famous, I hope my loved one would protect my privacy. Yeah, it feels like there were some things in that house that they did not want to be public, and they got in and they took care of business. I'm not going to prod him to ask him what it was, because clearly, you know, interestingly enough, the suicide note, I don't think all of it was written by him. I don't think all of it was written by him. I'm actually... Not all of it was written by him. He's showing me Courtney here. What are you saying about her? What are you saying about Courtney? Oh. Did she fight for money or something like that immediately after he passed? And he's sort of like, and it feels like she spent a lot of it on partying and booze and whatever. Like it feels like it, I mean, it's almost like that suicide note was sort of like how he writes his lyrics, where they're like bits and pieces, and then like some people contribute or whatever. So I don't feel like he wrote the entire thing. I mean, it's his. It's his note. He wrote the majority of it, but it feels like bits and pieces came from other places. I'm not sure how to interpret that. Did Courtney write any part of that note? I don't know. No, she didn't write any part of the note, but because I feel like he had it written a while ago, or like it's one of those things where there were things that he wrote over years or over months or whatever, and he kind of like put it together really quickly. So it could be one of those things where maybe they were writing song lyrics, right? And other people contributed to it. But that's kind of what it feels like. Like it feels more like a somewhat of a collage. So maybe I need to change the way that I ask it. But anyway, it doesn't feel like she wrote any part of it, but like I felt like she was around when he was piecing it together. So again, if he treated it like his song lyrics, where he would write certain things on like a newspaper or certain things on a napkin, she would have asked at one point, "Hey babe, what are you writing?" And he would be like, "Oh, I'm just writing this or that." So I feel like she saw it being written by him. She asked questions about whatever it was, and she gave him like ideas on how to change certain things around. But I don't think she knew that it was his suicide note. I don't think she knew that. So did she write it? I mean, it's similar to the lyrics question or the answer about the lyrics that I got earlier, that she contributed to it, but I don't think she knew that it was going to be part of a suicide letter. I think some of those words she recognizes now. She recognizes them now. But this, it feels like something that he'd been working on for at least 7 months. He was working on it for at least 7 months. Okay, so the suicide note that the public has seen. Okay, yes. Okay, so he's showing me. So the note that the public has seen, did he write that by himself? Yes, he did. But what he was telling me is like the overall construction of it, because he's saying that I was putting bits and pieces of it together for at least 7 months. So like people look from the outside looking in, they would think that, oh, these are song lyrics, or, oh, he's writing like a book or whatever. Oh, let's give our critique on her. Like that's kind of how he's telling it to me. But he's saying that the note that people saw, he wrote it. He wrote it. And again, he's giving me this energy of he was like out of his mind or inebriated, or he took like prescribed medication and drank or something like that. And it just like something flipped. And he's been thinking of ending his life for a while. But the circumstances of that day, it just flipped. And he's just like, okay, let's do it. Let's go. It's, yeah, sad to say, but it feels like that. Isn't there something with Courtney Love and her father? Because that energy keeps coming up with Courtney Love and her father. All right, let's see. Is there? So again, this is what I saw 5 or whatever years ago. That it was not murder; it was actually suicide. Oh, I'm gonna get demonetized. Oh wow. So let me just ask the last 2 questions. Was Courtney Love involved in Kurt Cobain's death? Okay. And who is this person? Dylan Carlson? Who the fuck is that? Dylan Carlson. Carlson. I don't know who this person is, but Kurt Cobain. Question is, was Dylan Carlson involved in Kurt's death? No, Dylan was not involved in his death. Courtney though, what he's showing me is that it feels like she was manipulative towards him. Like, say, because I don't remember exactly what I said, because I think that I was channeling that, but it felt like there would be times they would be in a low point in their relationship. They'd exchange nasty words with each other, and I could feel her saying something like, "You're like a black hole. You suck the life out of anything you come across," or something like that. Like it feels like he's saying that those types of words, like involvement. I know when people are asking involvement, they're asking if she actually killed him. No, the answer is no. But what he's telling me is that sometimes she would say things like that, and it would push him. Let me double check to make sure that I'm getting that right. Oh, they were physical with each other as well. Such a difficult relationship, guys. I mean, fans may not like it, but they were soulmates for sure. But it was a tough relationship. I feel exhausted talking about this shit, and I have to go to bed in 30 minutes. Like gross. But basically what he's saying is that ultimately the choice was his, but it does feel like sometimes she would kind of like egg him on. Or like if she was in a nasty mood, she would say certain things that would trigger him. So it feels like that's as far as her involvement went. No, she did not kill him. But it does feel like, no, she was quite manipulative, and there were certain things that she would say that would, trigger him. Oh my gosh. Okay. No, he knows. And I talked about this at the very beginning of this reading, that he loved his fans. There were things about fame that he didn't like, but he did love his fans. He just wishes that his fans would stop obsessing over his death and just listen to the music, because he's just like, I came to Earth to give you guys music. Listen to it. Kurt, do you have, because I'm about to sign off, do you have anything else to tell fans or people watching? Don't worry. Don't worry and don't fight. He wants people to move on. Wow. He's saying, don't worry. Do not worry. Don't fight. And move on. Move on. Not from the music, but from his death. Because again, I mean, he has some things to say about Courtney. But he's also just like, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. It's not Dave's fault. It's not the music industry's fault. It's not really the fans' fault. At the very beginning of the reading, he said things happened the way they were supposed to happen. All right, let's see if there's something else. I wonder if he's going to reincarnate, because he's giving me like angelic energy. Yeah, he's saying he's happy on the other side. And again, he's giving me this angelic energy, and that he's watching over people. His energy is really big, that I actually do believe that he's watching over every single one of his fans. That's how big his energy is. It's a nice change from Epstein, I'll say that. It's a nice change. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Interesting. I think he wanted more children. Listen, and you know what? So here he is. He also has something to say about alcohol and drugs. I feel like he's going to reincarnate on Earth, but it's going to take him a little bit more time. He has something to say about drugs and alcohol, but especially alcohol. What did you want to say about it? Don't do it, kids. Don't do it, kids. So this is him wanting to say something about drugs, alcohol. I think a lot of people think that it helps them to be more creative. And he's just like, no, actually it doesn't. It really doesn't. It doesn't help. It doesn't make you greater than what you are. It doesn't open up any of your talents. I know that there are a lot of like, shroom fans and EDMA and whatever. But what he's saying is that no, actually it doesn't. It doesn't really, it doesn't make you more than human. It doesn't. He's like, dying makes you more than human, actually. That's kind of morbid, but all right. What actually helps to open up your creativity is getting in touch with the divine feminine. That's what helps. Getting in touch with the divine feminine as well as your own intuition. That's what helps you to open up your creativity. It's like, don't do it, kids. Did you have anything else to say? No. Ooh. I feel like there are going to be more secrets about Dave Grohl coming out. More. He may be involved in some legal battle that people will be surprised by. He's saying it's all love. I'm just giving y'all information. And again, he's just like, it's love to Courtney too, but she's a hot mess. Okay. I'm going to end this connection. Thank you so much for showing up and doing it in a way that makes it very easy for me, because this connection has felt flawless. It's felt absolutely flawless. And the Courtney stuff was very taxing, but the rest of it was flawless. Thank you so much. And thanks to Lane Staley for popping through. I'm a huge fan, but this is a Kurt Cobain reading. My bad. There were some questions in there that I didn't answer, because I already told you guys why I didn't answer some of these questions, because I felt like a lot of them were superfluous and not worth the time of, like, just Google it, right? But there was also a question about Francis, but I got the feeling that he didn't really want to get into his daughter's business, so that's why I stayed away from those questions. And again, his energy is like super high level. Like, it's super high level that I felt weird even asking some of those questions. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. If you're fans of Kurt, just like thank him and light a candle or something like that for him, because he was really quite gracious and very like straight into the point, and he made it really easy for me to understand things. I hope that I got most of what he wanted to get out, and that I didn't misinterpret anything, but if I did, I apologize. And also thank Mr. Lane Staley for showing up. I love you, Lane Staley. I love Alice in Chains. I mean, I love both of them, but Alice in Chains is special. Like, to me, Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell, they were like the 90s version of Simon and Garfunkel. I love their harmonies together. Great band. But it's a shame how the grunge era ended, because it was to me, it was great music. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. Thank them, because it's not really me, it's them. I'm just the messenger. All right, guys, have a great night, or have a great weekend. No, is it? Yes, it's Saturday. It's not night for most of you, but have a good evening. Have a great Sunday. And I will see you guys. I'm not sure about next week, but maybe like in a couple of weeks. So have enough followers to go live on IG? Yeah, thanks. Oh, also, if you want a reading, go to www.tarotbymoko.com. If you want to leave a tip, it's called Moko's Honey Jar. I think that's what it's called, Moko's Honey Jar. If you, wait, let me see. Is that what it's called? I don't advertise it, so products. I think that's what it's called. Oh, it's called the Honey Jar. That's what it's called. So it's called the Honey Jar. If you want to leave a tip, it's called the Honey Jar. If you have more questions that you wanted to ask, you can always get the celebrity reading if you want to, or if you want to ask a different question about a different celebrity privately, you can ask that. What else? You already know what I do. You already know. So I don't have to preach to the choir, but have a good night. Have a great weekend. Have a great week as well. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this reading and want something more personal, I offer private tarot readings tailored just for you. Whether you're curious about your love life, your career path, spiritual and personal growth, or if you are seeking clarity on a specific situation, there's a reading to support you. I also specialize in celebrity readings, providing intuitive and respectful insights on your favorite celebs and how their energy may connect with yours. Most of my readings are written, but I also offer live readings for 30 minutes, 1 hour, or more. And if you need answers fast, I offer same-day and next-day delivery options for quick clarity right away. You can find me on Etsy, on my website www.tarotbymoko, or click the link in the description box below. Until next time, trust your intuition and take care.